Okie dokie, now it begins. Well, on a Saturday, which is kind of an odd day that I usually stream, but something had come up while I was just chatting with. Oh.
With
Sorry, for a half a second I couldn't hear you. Maybe there was just a little bit of a hiccup there.
yeah, no, I wasn't talking. I was listening to you.
hmm So I was chatting with my sidekick Mimi over Discord, and as it turns out, is that very recently they got into fighting games, and as we all know, Brainy can't let somebody get into a new hobby without expressing that he knows a lot about that. And so here we are. We're going to get started with just a round of different kinds of fighting games that I want to show my cohort and give them the benefit of the entirety of my experience playing fighting games ever since Street Fighter II released all the way back in 1991.
Hopefully, it will be a complete one-sided walloping. For who, I'll let you all be the judge.
Uh huh. Well, I mean, I'm going to try to do this as much as I'm going to be as Mr. Miyagi as possible when it
Mr.
comes to
Who?
this. Mr. Miyagi, the character from The Karate Kid.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, well, once again, okay, those are really dated references, but at any rate, um, where I'm going to try to be the even keeled kung fu master in this situation. I'm going to just basically show uh, Mimi absolutely everything that I can about basic fighting game mechanics, and then eventually we can follow it up by helping them figure out like one or two games that they like, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. First things first, though, before we start today's stream, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going to hit the commercial break button. We'll be back after this 2 minute word from Twitch, and we're just going to continue to talk through the break. So stay tuned, everybody. Uh,
Of course. And also, by the way, a lot of things, like, since this is like Marvel versus Capcom, I do not know a lot about, the Capcom side of this.
mhm. Well, that'll probably be something that I explain while we're in commercial. All right, so.
Yeah, like, specifically, Morgan, like, where does Morgan come from?
Morgan comes
Yeah, it's
from.
a... that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of that kind of thing when it comes to her. She comes from a Capcom fighting game called Darkstalkers, which was released roughly around 1998. It was probably the fourth or fifth game that Capcom had created as a fighting game franchise shortly after they had slightly before they introduced the Street Fighter Alpha series, which was the second in the line of succession of Street Fighter games. And it's basically a game that has 13 or 14 different classic movie monsters that that's effectively what it was. It was Street Fighter, but with lots of different kinds of movie monsters: Frankenstein's, vampires, yetis,
And
mummies.
from what I'm guessing here, Succubi.
Yeah, she's a succubus. You know, um, there is there are two characters in the continuity, and one of them is just kind of said to be like the separated and infantilized soul of Morgan a second time.
Second time?
Yeah,
What the
this
hell happened?
uh, supposedly it happened a long time ago. Is that Morgan had her personality split, and the other one became a barely 18. That's basically what happened.
Weird.
Uh, Morgan is a succubus, but it's also the way her lore works is that she can basically get succubus energy from doing absolutely anything, including spending an excessive amount of time playing video games, which is probably quite common with her.
Oh.
So, let me see what else. Well, you know what? Let me go ahead and we'll continue this conversation on the other side of the intros. Okay, so
What?
we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna run the video now.
Ah, okay.
All right. I'll be right back. Alright, hello, cats and kittens, felines and felidae, humans and variant humans in every race, class, and subclass. Welcome to another episode of Brainy the RPG Cat. As we said in the intro, we are going to be going through the paces of teaching my cohort how to play fighting games, and we're starting out with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. We've created a lobby, and I have the lobby code that's just right there on the top of the screen. If you might be interested in joining us, and then we can start picking up randoms and getting some gameplay going. But for the main part But for the main section of it, I am just going to be working with my associate here and see if we can start to get them into the rhythm of playing various different types of fighting games. So let's go ahead.
Basically, the art in kicking ass on cyberspace.
Mm-hmm. And so I am going. So go in here to battle, set this up as a training match, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to go right into the play. So let me see, who did I want for... Well, I think when I was setting this up, I had already picked out X, and then I had picked out the Hulk. So yeah, if you continue to have any questions about where different Capcom characters come from, then just feel free to ask.
Yeah, basically, I do know X is basically just like a fitted Mega Man, though, so...
Well, slightly more hardcore cyberpunk Mega Man from the Super Nintendo and PlayStation era. Alright. So, we are in training right now, so is that as long as we are just fighting each other, we're just going to continue to wail.
We're just practicing, and also hold on, my cat keeps just hopping up right in front of the action.
Yep. I finally found something interesting. You know, little robot characters that kind of look like small mice in a screen.
Oh my god! No, I think she does it just to fuck with me.
All right.
How do I grab at this kind of crap? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, that's how.
So it's near your opponent, and then it's Y.
Ah, crap.
Okay, so any Marvel vs. Capcom game uses what's called a 4-button system. You have your light attack, which is an X. You have your light kick, which is an A. Then you have your heavy punch and heavy kick, which is Y and B. You know, if you press the 4 of them in that order, then you do a 4-hit combo. So I do want to tell you that you're looking good right now, but if you press 2 buttons together, if you press Y and B together, that's what makes you do your super. So if you're trying to be a more controlled fighter, you have to avoid, you know, just pressing those 2 buttons together in this game.
Yeah, I guess.
So like I said, the first thing you should probably try out here is the 4-hit combo. Do XAYB as fast as you can.
Alright.
Just like that.
Alright.
That's the 4-hit combo. You can... Then the other thing you can try is you can try to do it in the air. You know, when you're starting out, it's very likely you're only going to get like 1 or 2 hits in before your opponent drops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So that is, I think that's one of his standard special moves. Okay, you do know all about move button combinations, do you? Or
I think so.
I mean, so there's your very standard one, which is usually referred to as a quarter circle forward. It's down, forward, and then your attack button.
Down, forward, like that.
Yeah, you press down and forward. You know, imagine that you're rolling the joystick or you're rolling the, or are you actually still doing this with keyboard?
Oh God, like that.
Yeah, just like that. So anytime you can do down, forward, right? The other one that is incredibly important is what's called the dragon punch motion. That is
Dragon
forward.
punch?
Yeah, this is what you typically use if you were playing Street Fighter. You would use this in order to do Ryu's dragon punch, which is the rising uppercut. So that one is forward, down, forward, and attack. You know.
Wait, forward, down, forward, attack.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Like that?
Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell because every one of these characters, they have different commands. If you want to, let's go ahead and hit pause right now, and then go over to the command list.
Okay, like the command list, right?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and look up the one for... yeah, so I'm not able to show this, but look up the one for Ultron, and start to look at what the arrow keys and button inputs are beginning to look like.
Okay.
So they just have a short list of very specific special moves that you can do. So once again, take care, because anytime you press Y and B, that's what's going to do your super.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
You know what? Let me go ahead. Let's go back to the lobby really quick. I'm going to pick out Ultron, and then I'm going to start to mirror you so you can get a better idea about how to do moves.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and training mode again.
Yeah, pretty much like mirror the same characters I'm using. So like I could have like a sense of like what I'm doing.
So, fighting games, it's perfectly valid if you play fighting games using a controller, an arcade stick, and it's also perfectly valid if you use a keyboard.
Yeah, I'm using a Xbox controller right now.
Alright, so let me see. I said I was going to pick Ultron. Alright.
Yeah.
And then, for my second player, they have the Monster Hunter as a character in this. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see if it's one of the other Marvel villains.
Well, it looks like from like villain standpoint.
Ultron and Sigma are two boss characters in this game.
Yeah, basically in the story mode, they're like Steven Universe style fuse.
Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's look at the specific commands for Ultron. Yeah, so very specific types of regular moves are listed on the very top, and they're called unique moves. Pressing forward and then light punch is a spear needle. It's more than likely just something that can help you get into your opponent's sphere so that you can start to set them up for combos. Okay, then the second one is raid slash, which is backwards and your kick. So, anytime you're practicing one of these things, try to just plain hit the button and see if you do the exact same move. Because if you do, you're not doing it right. Then it has to be something else.
Alright.
So, this kick right here, that's the default kick. It's not the special command. Oh, actually, I made a mistake. It's actually forward and kick. Oh, it's forward and light kick. That's what it is. So, just like this spear attack right here, where you lunge forward and you punch, you can also do that with your kick. So, Ultron just has two ways in order to get in with your opponent. And that's what those two moves are. The third one is called the Eraser. It's down and heavy kick, which is just allows you to shoot that I-beam that's directly down to your opponent. So...
Wait, hold on, what?
Okay, press...
Wait a minute, how is the Eraser like...
Yeah, it's the diagonal... Okay, so hold down diagonal between forward and down, and then press your heavy kick button. And so that's a way that you can just do some really quick ground damage.
Yeah, and I noticed it kind of does like a bit of a stagger too.
Mm-hmm. So then we move on to the other section that's special moves. Okay, so the death race is that you do the quarter circle forward, and then you press light or heavy punch. That's what that is.
Wait, hold on.
So once again, down forward, and then light or heavy punch. That's gonna be X or Y.
Hold on. Let me just like get a look.
Okay.
Oh, okay, like the.
Yeah. So.
Oh, so it has to be in the air, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, you go. It doesn't have to be in the air. I'm doing it from the ground right here. That's what the move looks like.
I think I just did something different. Like I just called a drone in, I think.
Yeah, I mean, so that's another special move they have that summons a drone. Okay.
Oh, apparently you do different kinds of moves too.
Mm-hmm. All right. So once again, yeah, just show me this move right here. Down, forward, and then punch.
Oh wait, no.
No. Okay. Remember.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So remember your button inputs. Your punches are going to be X and Y, light and heavy, and then your kick buttons are going to be A and B.
B.
Yeah. So if you want to do a light punch, then you do light punch move. You do quarter circle forward and then punch, and then to do a stronger one, you do your heavy button.
Oh wait. Crap.
So go ahead and try that. So that's the heavy version. That's the light one. That's the heavy one. There you go. And let me see. Then the next one is Melt Blast, which is a quarter circle forward and then light or heavy kick. That's what this is.
Alright, what's that again?
That's a quarter circle forward and then a kick button. Same button combination, except you're pressing kick this time. There you go.
Oh, there it is.
Once again, light is a small hit, heavy is a large hit.
Like that? I used the heavy there.
So since this is Marvel vs. Capcom, it's very unlikely that we're going to see too many Dragon Punch motions. They try to keep things a little bit simpler because they want this to be more of an input and text style game, if that makes any sense.
I guess so.
A game like Street Fighter, it's really, really important to know what your inputs are because everything has kind of a rock, paper, scissors nature to it. Certain moves are capable of beating other types of moves. Marvel vs. Capcom is more of what you would call a linebacker game, is that it's a game where basically you just have to hit your opponent as hard as you possibly can, keep them from doing the exact same thing to you. Alright. So then, so we're going to go to the plutonium emitter, which is a quarter circle backwards. This time you press down and back, and then press light punch.
I think I did.
Yeah, just like that. And then heavy punch.
What?
Which is a much bigger sphere.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You press down. Okay. Once again, down, backwards, and then heavy punch.
Okay, let me just. No, that's not it.
Because in this game, the default way to uppercut your opponent is to hold down, and then press your attack button, and that pops your opponent into the air. That's what's going on in that situation. You're just pressing down, and then you're pressing your heavy punch. Yeah, there you go. And so, yeah. So that is what that move looks like. Then the next one is going to be the Smash Drone, which is a quarter circle forward and then light kick. Well, hang on. I think I have this wrong.
Hold on. No, that's not right.
Okay.
Hold on, let me
actually...
Oh, crap!
No, okay.
What'd you do?
That one was a quarter circle backing kick, so I think, I suspect, yeah. And then just try to see, yeah. So they do two different, so the way that this works is that if you press the light button, that's when the drone charges. But if you press the heavy button, that's when the drone fires the laser. So you have to...
Heavy and and light.
Yeah, precisely. And so they're different. You know, you can pick and choose one or the other depending on what kind of situation you're in.
Yeah, what kind of scenario it is, like, what would be overall, best.
All right. So then, let me see. What else do we have here?
Let's see.
That was smashing drone in the air.
Blaster drone.
So all of these other commands that say
flights or destruction wave.
Yeah, those are the hyper combos. I'll go over that in a moment because there's a universal way that to do that in order that works with every character. Okay, so basically what they're saying is that you can use smash drone, blaster drone, and flight while you're in the air. So they just kind of designate that while you're jumping and then you hit the input, then you can make the drones go in the air as opposed to on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. Then they say that there's a flight button here. Oh, that's what that move actually was. Okay, so
yeah, looks like it.
Okay, so when it comes to hyper combos, then your standard hyper combo is just gonna be Y and B together.
Oh yeah, that's basically that.
Yeah, they also have command ones that throw in the button combination. So Destruction Wave is a standard one. The other one is Encephalo Ray, where you have to press down back and Y and X. I'm trying to see if this is in any way different from this one.
I don't know. I'm just...
Okay. I see. I made a mistake. You have to press both punch buttons. That's what's going on here.
Okay.
So in order for me to do...
Okay, so like the Destruction Wave is like long range, and while this...
Yeah. So in order to do...
Wait, hold on. What?
Okay, let me...
What buttons do I press?
Let me simplify this for you. Okay, so we know that Y and B is your standard super, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you do it standard. But if you want a different one, what you need to do is you need to press you need to do a quarter circle forward or a quarter circle back, and either 2 punch buttons or 2 kick buttons. So to change my attack, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quarter circle forward, and I'm going to hit both punch buttons. No, that wasn't it. Rat. Give me a second. Stop hitting me for a moment.
Oh wait! Oh, hold on! I was flying.
Let's see, what did I do here? Oh, because Destruction Wave is a standard one. It's also the one that you can do when you hit Y and B together. Yeah. The other one I want is Encephalo Ray. It's quarter circle forward, light and heavy.
God damn, what are we doing?
I don't know. I did it a moment ago. It's just
Let me see if... Let me have another look at it. Like, Oh, okay. I think like the main thing was that Destruction Wave, like we have to emphasize like this is backwards.
So when you look at the command list, if the arrow is pointing towards you, then it means that you move forward. Whereas if it's pointing to the left, then that means you go backwards.
Right.
So basically this is a way in order to switch up your hyper combos. I'm still trying to figure it out because yeah. So the Encephalo Ray is a quarter circle back and then light and heavy. So that's what this is. Yeah. So that's a different one. If you press it down, back, and then both punch buttons.
Down. All right.
So you press.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try. No, that's not right. Hold on. Yeah, those are the punch. No, that's not. No, my God.
No. The punch buttons are X and Y.
X and Y.
Yeah, so
what do I do with the circle thingy?
you do it backwards. You do down, back, and then X and Y.
Down, back.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
And that's how you switch things up, is that you can do an alt attack that is different than the default one. And then the third one that you can do in this situation...
What the hell was that I just
I mean,
did?
that's just like a pop-up combo. I mean, something like that, all you have to do is you have to pop them up, then your character will automatically leap, and then you make an attempt in order to hit them while they're in the air. Just like that.
Well, like, the main thing was that, like, you... Well, yeah, you just hit me a bunch. I grabbed you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, because you can grab in the air as well.
Oh, so which one is the grab button again?
It is Y. You have to be near your opponent, and also if you just happen to be near your opponent and you both happen to be in the air, you do an air grab.
Ooh, grab.
Alright?
Alright.
Mm-hmm. So then, let me just take a look at this one last special move. This one is called Sentry Legion. It is, once again, it's a quarter circle... No, actually, it's a quarter circle forward, and then it's both kick buttons. So, I do believe you have to land that hit. Quarter circle forward, and then both kick buttons.
Oh, so that's the special move here.
Mm-hmm. So we're in training, so we have a full super bar the entire time that we're doing this. When you're actually playing, you actually have to hit your opponent several times in order to charge up that move so that you'll be able to do it.
Alright, let me see. Is it like...
Okay.
Or...
So this, once again, down, forward, and then both kick buttons.
They're A and B, right?
Yeah, A and B.
Down. No, that's not...
Okay, try doing it this way. Don't come towards me. Instead, just try to do the miss. Like this. So.
Well...
Down, forward, and then both kick buttons.
How do... Oh my god! My god, how do I do this?
I mean, you know the quarter circle forward. You're doing it with this move right here.
I don't know what that is.
Down, forward.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, hey. Don't get into a red panic. Okay, follow me on this once again. Okay.
How do I move the circle?
Well, the best way to look at it is just think of it as that there's two inputs. There's down, and then there's forward. When you press them close enough together, then they know it's an input. Oh, let me also do this, is that hit pause. Go to this section that says show inputs, and then turn it to on.
Where do I do that?
Okay, press pause to go into the training menu.
How do I show my own inputs?
That's what I'm telling you how to do. Press pause, go to the training menu. There's an option here in the menu that says show inputs. Press left in order to turn it on.
But there's no such thing here. There's only controller settings, command list, return to lobby, and resume training.
It's two sections above controller settings.
Above controller settings?
Yeah. Here's controller settings. You know, maybe I don't know if it'd help you if I shared my screen in the Discord or.
What are you even?
Okay. Press start in order to go to the training menu.
I am in the menu.
Okay, then just going down the top of the list, restart, start position, slide, and then show inputs.
What?
That's from the top of the menu.
From controller settings?
No.
What?
Okay, unpause the game, get out of the training menu.
Yeah?
Then pause, go to the training menu. The main menu has training menu on the top of it.
Yeah.
Then you go down to the fourth input, which is show inputs.
No, the fourth input is resume training.
Well, let me try. Let me try something. Okay. Now that I've turned on the.
To like do it somehow.
Mhm. Well, can you see now that I have it turned on my menu? Are you capable of seeing just
I think I am. I
Yeah.
think I
Okay.
am. Yeah.
So now every time you press a button, that little input menu that's next to you is going to show you what buttons you're pressing. Okay. So, as I was saying, is that if you do a quarter circle forward, that's down, forward, and kick to do this move. Right. Go back here. Try doing this move again.
Oh no. Oh, there it is. I got it.
Yeah. So that was basically the exact same input, except you were using both a punch and kick buttons. Okay. And so those are all the moves with Ultron. Okay. The next thing you have to know is that just how to switch your character. All you have to do is you have to hit the right bumper. Yeah, just like that. Let me go ahead and go back to the lobby because I'm going to do this, but I'm going to switch back. I'm going to switch to Morgan as well.
All right.
All right. All right. So, let me see. This time I'm going to play as your team. I'm going to be Ultron, and then I'm going to be Morgan.
Nice to see you.
Believe, fight, thrive. Fight.
Okay, so once again, yeah, swapping your character is just the right bumper. If you do it close to your opponent, then it counts as a hit. Okay.
Right.
And so going through Morgan is that you can more or less use the same kinds of button combinations. Okay. Quarter circle forward. Quarter circle back.
Like that?
Yep. And then
Oh, crap.
that is the kick button and quarter circle forward. I don't believe they have a quarter circle back though. So as long as you know what the shorthand is or the special moves, you're still going to be capable of pulling them off. But
Right,
you know,
I want to know, like...
if you want to know what they are specifically, then we can go back to the command list.
Alright. Hold on, I want to at least have us do, like, the various kinds of, like,
Yeah.
attacks.
Yeah. So feel free to, go ahead and do that. The one thing that Morgan has that's slightly more advanced is they have what's called a half circle backwards move. In order to do a half circle backwards move, you have to press forward, down, and then back, and then the I believe theirs is a punch button.
Hold on. But,
I believe that there's a fail for this one. That's when they stagger backwards. Okay.
oh.
That's what that move looks like. It's what you call a command grab. You have to do the special move while you're close to the opponent. So that's just a regular grab. If you want to practice this, probably the best thing to do is just to stick...
Hang on, I did it.
Yeah.
I did the in-air thing.
Yeah. That's yeah. So if you want to practice that, it might be better to use the X button instead of the Y button, because the Y button is going to just make you do your regular throw. When you miss it, then you see Morgan do that little stagger move. That means that you did it wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so then let me see what else is there. Yeah, so they have a Shadow Blade is just down and then light and then down and then heavy. And that's what basically brings that blade out of the ground, and that's a special move according to them.
Oh, there's that thing.
The Soul Fist, this is like it's a projectile. This is what people usually say is like a Hadouken move. If you use the heavy button instead, then they fire it into the air.
Ooh, Wombo combo that.
Mm-hmm. So that's doing it like as an air attack. It's doing the same motion, but in the air. Okay.
Whoops.
So yeah, your standard super move, that's what this is.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Then once again, we have to look at the
Did
command.
you just have a jetpack?
Mm-hmm. Morrigan, the way that, you know, her lore is that she can basically shape her wings into anything. And once again, because she's really, really into video games, she turns them into tech a lot.
Oh.
Alright, so... Shadow Servant is supposed to be the down button input twice and then both punch buttons.
Oh, damn!
It's like the pop-up move here, but then it's a much bigger.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
What was that?
Tap down twice and then
Okay,
press...
it was the punch thing.
Yeah. Tap down twice and press both punch buttons.
Hold on. I can't...
Oh. Hang on a second. I forgot to put the inputs on again.
Wait, hold on. Whoa,
No.
what just happened?
I restarted us because I was putting the inputs on.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so down, down, and then both... Hang on a second. Now I'm not sure again. Yeah. There you go. It's the same move as this, but then it's also both punch buttons. And then the last one is, I think it's about the same as that. Oh, they have... Okay, the other one is down, down, and 2 kicks.
Okay.
And so that allows you to create a clone that is going to be one-to-one with all your button inputs. So start fighting using mirror images for a short period of time when you do that move.
Yeah, now you're thinking with mirrors.
Mm. Okay, so that...
I think both our mirrors have dissipated, I think.
Yeah, it wears off. And then the final one is Darkness Illusion, which I believe is a core circle back, light and heavy.
Okay.
So usually that one's what you call a level 4 move. You have to have a full super bar in order to do it.
Okay, what buttons do I use? Like...
Quarter circle forward and both punches.
Wait, circle forward, both
No,
punches?
no. Sorry. Quarter circle back in both punches. See. Try to avoid just tapping buttons. Try to avoid tapping buttons because if you... let me just show you something really quick.
I'm trying to press both of them at once.
Uh-huh. Okay. Quarter circle back and then both punch buttons.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. Mm.
Did that feel good?
Okay. And so that's basically Morrigan.
Okay.
Okay, so the other thing that you have to do is that there's a couple of team-up combos that you can do here. Okay,
Yeah.
stand still for a moment, and I'll show you this. Okay, one is that when you do your basic super, you press B and Y together. Then after you do that, you hit the team-up button, and then that will make your opponent attack you while you're doing your super. So it becomes a 1-2 punch. Let me demonstrate.
Okay.
See, I brought Ultron down in order to tackle you at the exact same time that I was doing my super. So we can practice this now. Is that press
Let me try them.
Y and B to super, and then press LB. There you go. And then after you're done with your move, then you switch to your other character. So yeah, it works both ways. Is that?
Yeah, it works both ways.
Do my super, swap, and then do my super, and then swap.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
super swap.
And so,
And a super swap.
there you go. All that counts as a combo of about 50 hits. All right. So the other thing that you can do is that you can swap out your opponent. If you're quick enough, this is what you can manage, is that you can go into your super, you can swap your character, and then you can have your other character go into their super.
Ah, okay. Let me try.
So then
Alright.
super, then swap, and then super again immediately. There you go. You know, if you can manage to do your combos for your more powerful moves, then they will switch into their more powerful move if you do that. You know.
Alright.
But that takes a lot of practice, so I'll just leave you to that one. The other very important thing is that you have the ability to jump, and you also have the ability to super jump. You press down and up.
Exactly. I think I did that before with Morrigan. Like,
yeah. It used to be a lot more impressive in the 16-bit games. You used to be able to leap, like, double the screen size when you did this.
Well, hey, I still think it's really impressive.
So, yeah, that's the basic mechanics. If you play any two characters, then you can do any of those things in order to try to switch things up, you know. So, what you have to do here is that you just kind of have to start to compute what you're going to be doing when it comes to basic movesets. So, once again, basic combo into super, and then bring in your tag partner, then do their super. And that's how you start to string together combos. So
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so
Basically
start
coming up with the strategy on the fly.
So go ahead and do a little bit of that with me right now.
Alright, let me just do that.
Okay, that was good, but you know, you still want to see if you can get the basic combo into it before you do all of those other moves.
Okay.
X-A-B-Y.
Okay.
X-A-B-Y and then super.
And then...
Yeah. So it's a little slower, as you know, as soon as you get a little bit more agile with the controller, then you'll be able to do it quicker.
Yeah, you know, getting more comfy with it. Oh, by the way, how do we do this whole Infinity Stone kind of thing?
The Infinity Stone, it is your left bumper. So when you choose your Infinity Stone at the start of the game, it has a special property. A power just allows you to do that power blast right there. And then mine is a time stone, and it just allows me to dash. You know, so you have to pick one of the 5, and then whichever one of the 5 you choose, that's the property
hold on,
that...
there's 6, aren't they?
Yeah, there's 6. So, yeah, whatever stone you pick, then you're just going to have one property throughout the entirety of the round. I mean... And that's how that works. And then I also... Well, hang on. As I also understand it, there is a way to overcharge the time stone. I'm trying to remember specifically what that was.
Like the both bumpers.
Yeah, both bumpers. That's what it was. And so for a short period of time, then you're going to have a manual combo, and your attacks are going to do more damage.
Like that, right?
Uh-huh. Supposedly, these things do have different properties. Supposedly, I would move faster, whereas with the Power Stone, you would do more damage. So, that's what you have to do in that kind of situation. First, you have to charge, and then you have to hit your opponent with as many combos as you can before it fades out. You know, while you're within the window of doing infinity mode, then that's when you have to hit your opponent as hard as you can.
Yeah.
And that's basically everything, you know. The only thing from this point forward is, you know, knowing what characters you would like to pick, figuring, you know, what your best kinds of combinations are going to be.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, so at this point we can go ahead, we can leave training, and we can actually try a few regular matches.
Alright.
Alright. You know, this game is, quite honestly, it's a little bit easier than any of the other Marvel vs. Capcom games. they wanted to find this as a game to be like a point where they wanted to reboot the entire series. So anything that was a little bit too much of a power creep in the previous games is not in this one. You know, if you go backwards, you play Marvel vs. Capcom 3, then it's a little bit more complex than that. And if you play Marvel vs. Capcom 2, that one is ironically the most complex of all.
Yeah, it's the reason why I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for me.
Yeah, precisely. Okay, so we're gonna go into battle.
All right.
Go back to Batrocity. Pick out. I think. Well, I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna play Rio.
Of course you are.
Mm. And then while I am being basic, I'm also gonna play Spider-Man.
Spiders? Oh, we're so cuddly.
Yeah, the exactly basic bit.
Yep.
Just kidding, just kidding.
Mm. So this was also a game that came out right at the height of Marvel movie fever. It was, yeah, approximately at the time that they released the first Captain Marvel film, and that's why Captain Marvel is in this game.
Show me your skill.
There was also a little bit of massive X-Men denial going on. Is that they didn't want to put X-Men in these games because the Marvel Cinematic Universe was doing better. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
God.
So Ryu is a character that is basically used as a default character.
Oh my God. Ugh.
Is that when you do moves as Ryu, you can basically learn how to do moves as a great majority of the characters in the game. He's Mr. Well-Rounded. He's the Mario-sized racer. You know, so it might be worth your time at some point when you are practicing just to play as Ryu so you can...
Dodge this.
Oh, crap.
Spider-Man is infamous in this game because he's probably the single fastest character in this game, and also he gets up from a fall incredibly fast. But speed is probably the only things that he are to his advantage.
Oh, God.
Having fun? Huh. I don't think you left swing. Left swing. Left ball.
Crap.
Left swing.
Okay, first down out of 2 characters. Uh-oh. Okay, we airballed both of those. Yeah, why you gotta be in the air all the time?
I win. Oh. Ah, God.
Okay, good choice of strategy right there.
Yeah, I did it.
Mm. So you put some of these ideas to good use, but also, as you can tell, now that we're having a regular match, there are some of these strategies that don't, how should I put this? They don't survive first engagement. Plans fall apart the moment that you start to put them into implementation, and that's another trait of fighting games.
What?
You know, this is when you have a tendency, if you spend a lot of time, if you are just starting out, you might put yourself into a panic, and then you might start mashing buttons randomly. You know. Ironically, when you're
It's just
playing
a
a...
strategy to learn, just like mashing buttons randomly.
I mean, a lot of people tend to do it, you know. The only thing that I'm really doing in this situation at this point is I'm telling you what the buttons actually do, and that's what helps you become more learned.
Learn it.
With all of your power.
This is what I said? Okay, I said learn.
Who will come out on top? Ready.
Alright.
Fight.
I like how he sometimes just says, hey, drone.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah, fuck.
Can you dodge this?
Also, don't forget to do your blocks. Is that, make sure
I know,
that...
I'm trying, but you don't give me any chance to!
Is that anytime that a character is advancing on you, make sure you're holding down that back button or hold down back in the corner if you're trying to block on the ground.
Ah, God!
Spider-Man is a character who takes advantage of fighting in the air, unlike some of these other characters.
Spider sense it tingles. With great power comes a great beat down. How's that for a web slinging smackdown?
What?
Sometimes you can get an advantage hit if an opponent misses a super. I didn't do it that time, though.
God damn it!
So, just at this point, I'm going to say this is more or less the end of my lecture. If there's anything that you might want to just bring up and then talk to me about, then feel free to. But at this point, we can also just be playing the feud, so... we can stay in the lobby. We can also try to see if we can get you into ranked mode, but unfortunately, as I was checking the lobbies a moment ago, there doesn't seem to be anyone else logged on.
Aww.
So, also, you know, this is a good time for you in order to go through the character list, try other characters.
Well, I like Ultron.
I know, I'm just saying. Well, you might want Ultron, but you also want another character to be your support. Things like that. I'm gonna play Mayor Hagar, and then I'm also gonna be Thor.
Thor, I was awaiting your arrival.
Only one team will be left.
Sorry about that, I got caught up in the menu for a moment.
No two-bit heel's gonna push me around.
I will prove my superiority to you.
Who will come out on top? Ready. Fight.
Enjoy the gift of fate. Turn.
Alright.
Ooh, good one.
Crap. Okay, that was a good one. Also, is that a fucking middle pipe?
Yep. Hagar is from a side-scrolling beat-em-up. And if you ever played something like Streets of Rage, you know they hit each other with lead pipes all the time in those kinds of games. So yeah, Thor's a little short range with his super.
Can you dodge this?
You know, Hagar is a former pro wrestler who turned into the mayor of Metro City, and he's also supposed to look a lot like Freddie Mercury.
Oh, really? You do? Oh, crap. Oh, God! Huh, he used the metal to destroy the metal.
Ah, good command grab.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Thrill! I can't get enough!
So, you're doing really good for yourself by, you know, going into Infinity Storm close to the end of the fight.
Can you dodge this?
Oh, crap! Well, I guess that was a good punish, I guess.
That was just to my advantage, is that you started your attack in the air directly beneath me. Otherwise, that would have been pretty hard in order to catch.
Yeah, basically.
And so,
Alright, where's next?
Asgard.
Well, it's called X-Guard here, you know, because Ultron Sigma
Yeah.
took it over.
They're trying to make, like, combinations. Okay, well, in order to try to see if we can keep these going a bit longer, I'm going to start picking out joke characters. Here's Arthur, and here is Rocket. Team Tiny.
You can. Hold on, let me see around here. I'm looking around here like I'm not just going to pick the exact same two that I keep picking.
The battle begins.
Oh, so yeah, you're pretty small, huh?
Well, Rocket, to his advantage, one of his moves is summoning Groot, so there's a little bit of a height advantage going there.
I'm kind of more focused on Arthur. What's up with him?
He's from a game called Ghosts and Goblins, which is a side-scrolling platformer that is also known for being Ninja Gaiden levels of hard.
Oh my god!
He's a two-hit...
Tiny, you overcompensate for something? Oh,
So in his platforming game, he has two hits, and every time he loses his first hit, his armor falls off. And he's only in his boxer shorts.
yeah, god. I mean, I don't expect anything else from, like, you know, Rocket Raccoon. Oh, god.
So just like Ultron is that, you know, some of his moves just summon Groot in order to jump in and do team-ups in the more normal way.
God, of course I have to do that in midair. What the fuck?
So as they pattern Arthur like he's a platforming character, he's one of the only characters that moves backwards when he's running.
Oh, crap. I mean, it makes sense to me. that shit, bitch!
Can you dodge this?
Hey, you go with the grabs. Keep doing that with the grabs.
Crap, crap, crap! Wow.
Can you dodge this?
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Let's play again sometime.
Also, like, I would ask, like, is she Irish?
It kind of comes and goes if you believe that.
Really, because like the things like the freckles and the accent, I would be very convinced that she was in fact Irish.
Yeah, she's especially Irish in this game. There's games where she's not, and also in some of the anime and the Western cartoons based on Darkstalkers, she is also Irish.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
What else do I want here? Frank West, the combat photographer from the Dead Rising zombie games.
and speaking of which, is like Chris Redfield here.
Um,
This would really be funny if this so like Chris Redfield would probably like pull up on Ultron to like, I don't know, beat him to death in a boulder.
I don't think Chris Redfield is here. He is in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Instead we have Nemesis. We have the Resident Evil main villain.
Ugh, yeah, revolting.
This time I must team up with a zombie.
Get back!
Of all the things. I mean, technically it's not really a zombie. It's more like some kind of whack-ass super soldier program that's using like the same kind of blueprint as zombies.
So we're looking at two different games from Capcom that star zombies. Resident Evil, of course, needs no introduction. Dead Rising.
Like Frank West. I don't know who Frank West is, but is he actually fighting me with a goddamn
Yep,
plunger?
because that's what his game is. It's a big open world game where you just grab anything on hand and you use it to try to kill the millions and millions of zombies that come towards you.
Okay, sounds pretty fun. I'll be honest.
You know, it's a pretty cool game. If I can manage to find it at a discount, then I would definitely like to show it to you.
Oh my god. It seems like I can also like use switches to kind of like dodge some attacks every now and then.
If you're taking a pummeling, then it's a good idea in order to swatch.
What the frick just hit me with?
A shopping cart. It's just full
I
of.
just wanted to like double check.
Can you dodge this?
Also, I think it's very funny that like he basically used a zombie as like a bit of a body shield, I guess.
I said these are all the things that you can do in that really fun open world zombie game.
Fucking down beast. Crap.
Oh, intoxicating! Nice, you've been naughty.
Wait, hold on. I missed.
Can you dodge this?
Also, why does this man look like he's just like dead still? Like even though I hit him with something like that. Go, 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 go!
As I recall, he was Umbrella Corporation's ultimate weapon.
I mean, yeah, it's just like it's kind of funny that like you know, with this kind of thing, like even though like he's just acting out casual, even though like, oh, he is what he is. Ugh.
Well, you know, we all can just be who we can be.
Yeah, I mean, hell, my guy might like reading poetry in his spare time when he's not being a human-ending bioweapon. I wouldn't know.
I'm gonna guess he is a really big Edgar Allan Poe guy.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe he's into romance novels. I wouldn't know.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Chunners. Maybe I'll pair her up with Black Widow.
Black Widow.
The clock is
Maybe.
ticking. Let's
Battle without limits.
You ready for me?
Now, what entertainment have you brought for me?
Okay, Chun-Li's Street Fighter character, infamous for the move where you simply tap the button multiple times. But they take that away in Marvel vs. Capcom. Now it's a quarter circle forward move.
Oh my god!
The lady with the legs was
Yes,
at
a
one
leg-
point
Leg lady.
the Lady
Oh,
Legasus.
two fighting game characters in one place. What? How did it hit me?
To be fair, I had to be close in order to get that one to work. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna save me.
Well,
My gift to you. Nowhere to hide. Throw that a mile. I have you in my sights.
See, I'm at a bit of a disadvantage because I don't know where Black Widow's hitboxes are.
Not your mistake.
whoops.
That's actually pretty easy to deflect because I charge into my opponent. If the opponent is putting up the super wall, then I can't get through it.
My gift to you. Throw that a mile away.
Ow.
Chun-Li.
Crap. Crap, I'm dead.
See, in Street Fighter, Chun-Li can be a tougher character to use because her command inputs are a lot different than the they usually are for characters. But in this game, they're the same as anyone else. So she's a force. Ow.
Your mistake.
Nope. I wasn't making it out of that one.
I win.
Good job.
Spectacular.
Tiberius Skywalker, thanks for letting me know, is that we still had our game set to Toontown online. I think we still do.
Possibly.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah, so.
Okay, there we go.
Capcom.
Yeah, there we are.
Infinite.
So how are you doing, Tiberius Skywalker? Thank you very much for tuning in.
Yeah, good to see you.
Oh well, Firebrand. I want to try the Monster Hunter. I have no idea how that one's gonna work.
Battle without limits.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, good question. I'm also incredibly confused, but curious.
I'm disgusted curious.
My god, look at that sword! That thing is way longer than my entire lifespan!
Who will come out on top?
Yeah, I wish I could use
What
hammer.
is this little fire-looking dude?
He's Firebrand. Not only was he a character in Ghosts and Goblins, but he was also in his own spin-off games called Gargoyle's Quest.
Yeah.
of course, you know, one of her moves is that really big sword stomp that every Monster Hunter character does.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm fairly sure that we both even like use that move. Like, well, whenever we both play Monster Hunter together.
I mean, I'm sure it hits hard, but it has an insane amount of frames, a lot of which can easily be broken by your opponent.
Oh, good lord! Imagine something that big and swung right would probably be enough to like break in half a continent.
Well, it's usually what we do in a Marvel vs. Capcom game. We break apart continents.
I mean, yeah, sometimes that's just like on the tamer side.
It hits mighty hard, but then it's just, really hard to connect, like I've been saying.
Ooh,
As a matter of fact, if you keep closing in on me with grabs like that, I'm probably dead in the water.
Can you dodge this?
Oh, psh. There we go. Good job.
yeah.
Play again sometime.
I just want to stop from Blue Sky before I forget to follow another mutual on here. Well, I appreciate it a lot, Tiberius. I tend to get a lot of traction on Blue Sky these days, is that, you know, there's a lot of things going on, particularly in the VTuber space. Some of it is a little bit too fierce to mention, but I'm really enjoying just the way that the VTuber community there is at large, because we communicate a lot, and we also tend to, you know, just talk and support each other a lot. It's a really good thing.
Let's rock, baby.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, it's highly appreciated.
Mr. Devil May Cry is here, and so is Thanos.
Fight. Try.
Yeah, our man Dante here. I don't really even know like the game that he's even from, but I think I pretty much know something about him from, you know, like the really classic thing, like, you know, Dante's Inferno.
Well, that's precisely what he's named after. His series of games is called Devil May Cry,
Come out on
and it's
As far
basically
as I know about like that game, like it's basically like horn dog Doomslayer.
well, I can characterize it for you perfectly. Devil May Cry was Dark Souls before Dark Souls. It was just a game that was incredibly, nearly impossible to beat, with, you know, multiple strings of boss fights, one after another. It also had an enormous combo system. Is that character moved around like they were doing martial arts at all times.
But like, would I be wrong in like calling him a horn dog Doomslayer?
No, not at all. He definitely fits the description. You know, I believe that they made something in the neighborhood of 6 games total in the series. One of them was a reboot that a lot of people really didn't like because they changed his character design. Just seemed like a different thing entirely.
It's over. Rocked away.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, Thanos, the Infinity Stones are mine! No, I'm fairly sure he is not okay! What the? Oh my god! Oh my god! I pretty much dodged most of it!
It's over.
But,
As I am Thanos, I have no idea why they didn't want to make me the main boss in this game.
because I am way better.
He was the main boss of the arcade version of Marvel Superheroes, which is also a game that used the Infinity Stones, but in a completely different way than this one.
No more playing nice.
Uh-oh. It's too bad that didn't kill me. But that did.
Yay, I win again.
Let's play again sometime.
And so it's really good that what you're doing is that, you know, before long is that if you just keep practicing in this way, then you'll know these two characters inside and out.
Yeah, exactly. It's why, yeah, I really like them, and I want to be really good with them, so I pretty much use them all the time. I'll be really, really good at them.
Spencer, let's get this party started.
And like, you see how it's working now. Like, I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
Yep. Better. All right.
Battle without limits.
Who's Spencer from? What's Spencer from?
He's from Bionic Commando. It's a game that started out as an 8-bit game where you just went around platforms using an extending mechanical arm.
Oh, okay. So,
Who will come
Yep.
out on
yeah, I can see
top?
that.
Ready.
So this version of him came from a reboot that came out in the PS2 era. They tried to go a little Kojima with it.
Also,
Probably.
this guy think he is like Captain Scorpion.
It's over. Destruction way.
Oh crap! Also,
So-
why does that thing kind of remind me of like an arcade machine claw?
So, well, this is the creepy lore part of it, is that his arm was actually programmed with the artificial intelligence created by his wife. His arm is his wife.
Oh my god, that is revolting! But it's like things like that that are also incredibly awesome. Like, even though that is like utterly nasty, like it's wretched, like I still think it's really cool. What?
Dodge this.
What?
I just got really lucky and light punched you in order to take you out of your super.
What? God.
Venom's got kind of a weird high-pitched voice in this game.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I would kind of like see it as like kind of like, you know, deeper than that.
Well, I mean, you've been
Hey,
playing.
hold on, where'd you go?
You've been playing Marvel Legends this whole time. He definitely has the right timbre in that game.
Oh god. No, no, no. Oh darn, I lose.
Super.
You were not
Man, slimy.
worthy prey.
You know, I can imagine like Eddie Brock having that kind of a annoying little voice, but
You know, like the symbiote kind of being like that because, like, you know how aliens can talk sometimes.
the Winter Soldier is
Ready
here.
for my assignment.
Oh dang,
Is that
doobie.
one more Marvel character than there is Capcom characters in this game?
Yeah,
Jeddah.
just a bit
The
unbalanced.
battle begins.
Jeddah? Who's that from?
He's also from Darkstalkers.
Oh, so they're pretty much the same kind of franchise as Morgan, I guess. Like, if that's the case, then what is he?
He's a vampire.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't have really guessed it from the looks.
Who will come out on top?
When I hear vampire, I kind of think more like,
Fight.
you know.
Well, you know, if you watch like any fantasy isekai anime, you see how weird that they get with the overall costume designs. You know,
Yeah. Especially
like-
with things like, you know, things that are typically like classics.
I particularly like watching an isekai and always seeing the wizard in the witch hat every single time.
Don't want more? Fire! Huh. It ain't over yet. Here's
Ah,
the
crap.
finale. You're gonna
I forget if Cap
What
was
the
in
fuck
this
is
game.
that thing? Ah, crap.
I believe it was a sickle. I think he fights using nothing but sickles.
the banquet of the abyss.
Oh god, where'd I go? Oh my god!
How was that?
Can you dodge this?
Oh god, no! Oh crap!
It's over. Destruction way. Power stone. My enemies will be power stone destroyed.
Need some bullets? Take mine. It ain't over
God,
yet.
no, 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 no!
Finale. Satisfied yet?
No, I got no! Okay, now I'm
Okay.
satisfied. Thank you, Bucky.
I've learned to live with my guilt. That's what pushes me to be better.
That is a little bit too broken.
Yeah, that is a
That really got out of
broken.
hand, yeah.
Yeah, that got kind of out of hand there, Brady.
Alright.
It's like the vampire suddenly put you into some kind of genjutsu.
Oh. Naruto references is my one weakness. It's like my kryptonite.
Yep, that's right.
I walk the path of the Hado.
Okay, well, since we've already played Bucky, we might as well play Cap.
Yeah, man, cat. Also, by the way, why does he look like he's kind of like bugging out, like a bit in the select
Yeah,
menu?
he's a little freaky looking. He's a little freaky looking. In no way the Cap that was in the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies.
Surrender now, or I won't be held responsible when you get hurt.
Now, if I have anything to say about it,
My superiority.
Who will come out on top? Ready. Fight.
Enjoy the gifts of fate. Burn.
okay, I think that was an accident. Ah, fuck.
Dragon Punch will get you up there. Probably one of the most busted anti-airs in the game. Uh-oh. Looks like our connection got dropped. Are you still with me, Mimi? Still out there? No, I think she got disconnected. I'm going to have to invite them again.
God. Okay, let me see here.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
We just got disconnected from that last match. I'm still in the lobby and I sent you another invite. There you go.
Yeah, pretty sure it was mainly Ryu's fault.
Yeah, let's just put the blame on Ryu.
Yeah, we'll just blame Ryu right now.
Oh, gee, Ryu, way to ruin the moment.
I'll support you. Battle without limits.
I'll stop your scheme.
If I have anything to say about it, you black, red, white, and blue bitch.
Until you are nothing.
Who will come out on top? Ready. Fight.
God damn it! God damn it! Get it out!
It's over. Destruction way.
Oh, what the fuck? Are you able to do that midair?
I press block. You know, something that you want to think is that instead of always going forward towards your opponent, you actually might want to try to pull back a little bit so that you have access to your block when somebody attacks you.
What other choice do I have? You'll just like
Well, that's the thing. You could be
you'll
the
just use all your ranged attacks if I do.
you could be the one luring me instead of me being the one luring you. You know, it's literally the difference between offense and defense. Being on the offensive or being on the
I
defensive.
don't have any other option.
I mean, it's a little bit, I admit, you know, it's not as important in this game as it would be in other fighting games.
I spam like a rage attack until I can't do anything anymore.
It's over. Destruction way. Danger.
Besides, die.
Break you!
Oh, there it went again. We got it in another hold here.
Besides, I'm not really good at like blocking yet.
Okay, you're back. I don't know what's going on, but it's knocking you out. It's
like
keeping me in the
saying,
lobby.
It's Ryu's fault. If you play Ryu, it will crash.
And I know that you're still talking, even though my Discord is not picking you up for maybe about a few minutes before we start. Let's try.
See, like, it's basically Ryu's fault. It's Ryu's fault. Don't play Ryu, and that'll solve the problem.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a try. Is that if it happens again, then it isn't Ryu's fault. It's just that we have a bad connection going. Oh, need to invite you again. Okay, there we are.
Yeah.
I can see, yeah, well, you had a little bit of a low bar going in, but then that just kind of improved after a couple of seconds. Gamora.
Itching for a fight.
I know that Nova was in the previous game. Gamora is brand new, though.
Now this is my kind of... Only
I think Hawkeye is new as well. So these are two characters I have no advanced knowledge of.
Okay, No Moon Gravitron Core. Whatever that means.
There's a bounty on my head. You trying to claim it?
Yeah, whatever, Gamora. I will tear out your spinal column and use it to hang stockings on.
Who will come out on top? Ready. Fight.
You want to do Daughter of Thanos like that?
It's over.
What the? Okay,
Yes.
girl on girl violence, come on.
That's something that you should consider, that when somebody is getting ready to do their ult, immediately hit the player switch button and then have your partner tackle them.
Can you dodge this?
Oh wow, Gamora was still on the stage when that happened.
Yep, exactly. That's what makes it even funnier. Fuck, you missed what you picked.
Okay, it wasn't at the right angle for that.
The thrill! I can't get enough!
Right on the mark.
You've been naughty. Fighting dice! Can you put up the pace?
Okay, well, at the end of all of that, yours is a super that went off.
Can you dodge this?
So you're doing really good with the mix-up right now, is the fact that you're switching characters while firing ults at the same time. That means I lose my ability to block because the character is tackling me while the super is going on.
Nice.
Here we go. Right on the box.
Combo KO.
Crap!
Single exploding arrow.
Man, exploding arrow
Always on the mark.
bullshit.
He's a little bit OP like that in Marvel Legends as well.
Man, the fact that he said next time I'll throw rocks, maybe then he'll have a fighting chance, it's even more disrespectful.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be the shooting arrow guy around here.
Disrespectful.
There's some of these stages we haven't seen yet.
Don't make cocaine.
Yeah, I know, right?
We're gonna be tag team partners?
By the way, evidently, like, while we were fighting, like, I basically unlocked some new
Without
colors.
limits.
Yeah, it happens. Approximately around the same time that you get achievements.
Yeah, basically.
Hulk will smash you.
I bore of this continual struggle, Avenger.
Who will come out on top? Ready. Fight.
Ah. Damn, give me a chance!
The funny thing about playing Hulk is that he knows nobody's name, so whenever he calls out tags, he gives them nicknames.
Ah. Oh god, no, no, no.
The thrill! I can't get enough!
Get the fuck out of my stage! Oh god. No, I'm not. Ah, crap. Ah, oh god. Get down here.
Up.
Oh wait, you missed me!
Yeah, it's great to airball a whole freaking meteor, isn't it?
Ah, crap.
I think Morgan's still alive.
Now get out of my way.
Ah! No!
No!
I'll keep the peace in New Metro City.
Okay. I mean, if he can literally beat the shit out of Ultron and his succubus, I would come to if I had any, like, you know, troubles that I would need to bring to a mayor. You know, jeez.
He's funnier in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 because he has custom lines with She-Hulk.
Really? What are those lines?
Well, things like, you know, well, don't worry about it, Mike, you still got my vote.
Oh.
This
Oh,
game,
that's nice.
yeah, this game regrettably doesn't have custom lines.
Try.
Wait a minute, that is Chris.
Yeah,
That is Chris Redfield.
I found Chris. I went through the character selecting and I found Chris Redfield.
The day of judgment is upon you, scum.
Now, what entertainment have you brought for me?
Who
Well,
will come
if you
out
kill
on
a Ghost
top?
Rider.
Ready. Fight.
Don't call me Nicolas Cage.
dodge this.
Ghost Rider.
Ah, crap! How did you see me coming there?
Flag ready. Slam down.
Oh, she keep missing me.
Give up.
Nice. Can you dodge this?
Ghost Rider. Flag ready.
Huh, apparently you can.
Grenade launcher.
Ah, crap, crap!
Super. Give up. Level 1. Counter. Give up.
Oh, what the fuck? No, hold on, no!
Thrill! I can't get enough!
Right here. Ghost Rider.
That is some crazy range.
You have challenged my hellspawn power.
I'll whip my chain back and forth. I'll whip my chain back and forth.
Just had to whip it good, huh?
It's like, what kind of masochist uses a whip? I think he hit me in the
Yeah, duh.
tip. You know, I'm going to need to chill for a couple
Not to
minutes.
mention that thing is spiked and on fire! You see, no crashes so far, so it is 100% without a doubt Ryu's fault.
Yeah, I guess I can't deny it. It's a shame there's not a Ken.
Nova.
The real guardian of the galaxy.
Oh god, imagine what he would do.
Black Panther, I haven't
You
played
have
that.
chosen well.
Only one team will be left standing.
X-Guard.
Stay still, and I'll make this quick.
Say, feeling not so fresh in your superhero uniform, try X-Guard.
Who will come out on top?
X-Guard.
Ready.
You know, so just another place that I've assimilated, you know, home of the gods.
Oh man, he's got a wimpy projectile.
Can you dodge this?
Like an arrow. Air interceptor. Did you think you were
crap.
safe? I'm not fighting.
I'll fucking make you into a rug!
Predator arm.
I think they quite intentionally put Black Panther in here instead of Wolverine because he plays exactly like the Wolverine in the older games.
It's over. Destruction wave.
Right there.
Well, it's a good thing his his projectile is great because his regular projectile sucks.
Can you dodge this?
What the fuck? Do we both counter each other?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it happens.
Like an arrow. Right there.
Oh, you missed me!
It's over. Destruction wave.
See, if I played Panther and Spider-Man together, I would probably have the single fastest team in the game.
Predator arm. I have you. Right there. Did you
Okay.
think you were safe?
Can you dodge this?
I can't dodge it, I can block it, however.
Motherfucking me!
Damn. Just ignore that. No. There. No.
As a member of the Nova Corps, I can't lose.
Screw your Nova Corps. I will throw you into a paper shredder.
Said no cops, no cops.
Boo.
All right, so unless you have any other designs on this, let's go ahead and let's end this at the top of the hour.
Okay.
All right, so we can get a couple of a couple more matches in.
At your service.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I haven't played Zero yet.
En route to combat zone.
Yeah, also you haven't played Sigma either.
Oh yeah, I guess not.
Yes.
They've teamed up. I knew it all along. And the big reveal was that, you know, X was built by Dr. Light while Zero was built by Dr. Wily. It's barely even a thing.
A machine that serves humans. Out of my sight.
I did hear you over the dialogue.
Yeah, alright. It's not important. It's lore. You know, the X designs always look kind of funny to me. It's almost like, you know, you get that Sonic the Hedgehog level of dissonance. Suddenly you're with these characters that have these really huge heads and these really giant shoes.
I mean, is there anything wrong with Sonic the Hedgehog?
No. I mean, you also have to consider...
Just shut up. That just let me kill you. Whoops. Miss me. Yo, don't kick his ass in.
You know, you also look at like characters like Sigma and Ultron, and you think American highly destructive robot and Japanese highly destructive robot.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's a pretty good popular trope. That's pretty much.
We're this side of Astro Boy.
Whoops! You missed me again.
Can you dodge this?
Okay, I don't know what the appeal here is his supers are awful. This is the guy who's supposed to be one of the two bosses. I mean, you know, in a legitimate Mega Man X boss fight, he's enough in order to make you tear the cord out of your controller.
Wait, what?
I mean, just when he's the boss of a really complicated platforming game, he is quite formidable.
I mean, yeah, I can see. So yeah, you mind coming over here so I can fuck you up real quick?
Hey, robots with legally distinct lightsabers.
Oh god. Oh yeah, totally legally distinct. Come on, stop me! No.
So yeah, I hope you really are deploying that command grab because it saved your bacon on innumerate occasions.
Supposedly.
Nice. Can you dodge this?
Maybe.
Oh, good one. You got me on the rebound after bouncing off the opposite wall.
Yeah, I win.
Let's play again sometime.
So pretty much 3/4 of our like almost our like fighting each other were pretty much all metal, or at least look partially metal. I think I wouldn't know.
It's like listening to a bag of aluminum cans rattling together.
right? And then it's just like a regular person, like, eating some popcorn good too, while occasionally coming in to, like, also kick around the tin cans.
I don't know if there's anybody on the Capcom side. I don't think so. I think. Oh no, I haven't played Strider yet.
Strider, hear you. Believe. Fight. Try.
What's Strider from again?
His self-titled game, Strider, is that he is basically a cyberpunk ninja.
Oh.
Ugly as ever, I see.
Damn.
I bore of this continual struggle, Avenger.
Who will
So, once again, it's like we're...
fight?
Uh-oh.
Wait, hold up. Oh no, wait. Oh wait, okay, good.
Big hiccup. We didn't lose our connection again.
Oh, god damn it! Fuck you, Stark!
It's the big one. Proton cannon.
It's fuck you, Stark. I got on my stationery.
Can you dodge this?
You know, it's not like being Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom says, "Curse you, Richards!"
Richards! As well as even like, given like, you know, Tony's whole personality and everything, it probably would make more sense for like his enemies to be pretty much like, "Fuck you, Stark," and basically like literally everybody.
Nice.
Oh Christ! Who do you think you is? Robo Noah or something?
Nice. Can you dodge this?
What? Oh, God, crap!
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because much like Noah, I was also drunk and nude in front of my 2 children.
You fucking what? Come over here. Get out of my way, Stark! Nah. That's right, out of my fucking way, Stark!
Come, my animal friends.
Well, those don't technically count, those are robotic!
As we're getting back to that aluminum cans thing. Okay, he's got some crazy fast pokes. That's his thing.
Zach, that was practically fucking cheating!
Here you do.
You know I would have positive for you throwing a bunch of fucking scrap metal shit like hyenas and that kind of bullshit.
My name is Tang. I seek water.
And unfortunately for you, I'll be holding you under.
Okay, last battle.
All right.
Spider-Man.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man at your service.
Also, by the way, I don't think you played X, right?
I thought I played him in the training. Maybe I was just on my own when I was playing him in the training.
Yeah, I think it was like just in the training, like.
Have you properly serviced your weapon?
Battle without limits.
Have I properly serviced my weapon?
Perhaps.
My weapon is virtually the only thing on my mind.
I mean, technically it is your mind because you are a living weapon. Like, you know, that is what Mega Man is.
My superiority to
You super fighting robot. Saturday mornings in syndication.
Fight.
My spider sense is tingling.
Let's try you, bitch! Get out of my way!
Nice. Can you dodge this?
fucking get. I'm fucking sick of you, you web crawling maniac!
Can you dodge this?
God damn it! You're basically cheating with that character, and you know it.
All right.
It's over. Destruction way.
Sorry, you were saying? Now get the hell out of my way!
He's got that vinyl faux chrome quality to him.
AKA, you're a cheater, you just admit it.
I'm cheating because I use chrome.
Can you dodge this?
No, because you use Spider-Man!
Get comfy.
It's over. Destruction way.
Get ready. Now's my chance. This webbing's custom made. Tensile strength formula. Sorry, trade secrets. Left swing.
Fuck you!
Left ball. Eat this. Left ball. Left throw.
Oh,
I hope
did
you
not
broke
see
your
that
neck
coming.
on
Did
that.
not see that coming. No, sirree.
Let's play again sometime.
Alrighty. Well, that is the ball game. It's we probably should have been keeping score, but we didn't.
I don't think I want to like kind of reiterate what Morgan just said and like the screen where I won.
I wasn't paying attention to the captions either.
Yeah, probably it's a good thing you didn't pay attention.
Alright, well, this concludes our broadcast day. Is that more than likely we'll be back with this next week, and I'm more than positive we're going to be playing Street Fighter 6.
Yep, that is most likely correct.
There'll be a lot more options when it comes to doing things like spectating, trading off, actually using the very big
that is,
arcade-style lobbies in order to try to use some additional opponents.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a populated game, unlike this one.
It's not fair. I like this game. I like Ultron.
Alright, well, let me see. Who are we going to raid right now? I believe Ultron's also coming to Marvel Legends soon, isn't he?
Marvel Rivals. He's going to be coming very soon to Marvel Rivals, like almost at the end of this May. Like, it's very soon. It's really soon.
Okay, we're gonna go over to Stella Cosmister right now. They're in the middle of Voices of the Void. I'm going to be back, I believe, this coming Sunday. I'm going to be playing in Nico Dorico Director's Cut. There's a great Donkey Kong Country style platformer on Steam. So, look forward to that. In the meantime, though, remember BINY means smart. Nothing's too hard if you use your head. Always be the change you want to see in the world. Have a good evening, everybody, and thank you very much for watching.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.